Okay. Hi guys. Hi everybody. Thanks for sharing your time here today. Um, I guess have a lot to catch up on. I have not closed out last week. There's still some stuff that we need to see. I didn't even fill out anything. I have not set up this last Friday or this week's budget. But I do want to kind of go over, I think briefly, it's not going to be a very long video, what our maternity leave is going to be looking like. Ugh. I go on maternity leave. My last day at work is the 15th. And I really just wanted to go over some things because it's not ideal, our situation and how we're going to be doing things the next couple months, really. This is going to set us back a couple of months. And I just wanted to share it. Yeah, because it is going to be a little different. And I know it's not, what do I want to say? I know it's not everybody's first choice, or their thinkings will be a little different, which I'm totally open to any suggestions or anything like that. But other than that, I'm just sharing our scenario and what's going on. So if you've been here, you already know. If you're a new time or first time watcher, thanks for joining us today. But we are a family of 7. Me, my husband, we both work regular, just full-time jobs. He works in an office, I work from home. We have 2 teenagers, a toddler, she's almost 2.5, and we are expecting baby number 4, a baby girl, here in 2.5 weeks, hopefully. We recently moved here from Oregon, so this is our welcome to Texas baby. So that's why we are in a situation financially that I guess we weren't set up for another baby so quickly. With our daughter, we knew we wanted to have more kids around that time frame. So we did save up for a year or two so I can have a year completely off. And so we were coming off of that to kind of restart our savings and all of that. And then we did the move, got into a little bit of excess debt because of the move, and that's what we were working on as well. And then we got our news of our 4th baby. So yeah, we're super excited. It is a little nerve-wracking just because it puts us in this situation to kind of really be monitoring our money in and out. And that's fine because we were kind of in the same situation when we decided to buy our first home in Oregon. I guess it's kind of silly to think about it now, but we were living in an apartment and it was just us and our 2 boys, and our rent was going to be going up to, I think, like $1,100 or something like that. But for the area, it wasn't worth it to us. And I think they gave us, I don't know, maybe like a 6-month notice or something like that. So we really buckled down and penny pinched and saved and everything we could to buy our first home. So it's kind of that same situation, but this one is just, I guess it's the same time frame also, but yeah. this time around, we're a lot older. We have credit cards. We have credit cards available. When we were younger, we didn't have credit cards. I think we only had two. One for my husband, one for myself, and now we have. I think we have a total of like six, but really only two with debt on them. But I do have a note sheet off to my side, so I might, if I take pauses, I'm reading my little notes. But let's go ahead and get into this just overview of how I've thought up my maternity leave. So I project our months, or I pre-plan, monthly budget, I guess. Our months, our bills out. So this is all of December. I did also all of January because I will be off January. And I also did all of February because I go back to work mid-February, so I won't get a full paycheck until March, the beginning of March. And so starting March, I think we will be a-okay. So, and then how I budget out is I budget out according to how our bills are going to come out in the calendar month. My husband gets paid weekly, which is a new thing for us this year. And yeah, sorry, my dogs are outside and they are getting into stuff they shouldn't. Anyways, so yeah, okay. So first, let's go into this part. So December is the first month. I'm still working. I'm working until the 15th. But I have decided my paychecks for December are going to be for January's mortgage. I used to have a sinking fund for our mortgages, and I was pulling out from there to pay the mortgage, but not necessarily refilling it or replenishing that, so the sinking fund would keep going. And that's just a thing, just like an unforeseen thing on my side of things. I just didn't organize myself to do it that way, I guess. And if you look at our budget, there's not really a lot of wiggle room to save up for our $2280 mortgage. So what I ended up doing was, sorry, these dogs are gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so what I ended up doing was I ended up pulling all of our money that we had from everywhere. So, yeah, hopefully you guys can see that. So we have a buffer. I did end up saving some money from maternity leave, I think like earlier in the year. I did end up saving, I think it's I don't know exactly how much that is, but I did end up saving up some sinking funds money. We do have cash in the house that we just have not put into a high yield account because whatever reason. And we also do have an account for a new car fund, which I really didn't want to touch because my husband is due for a new car. We have two cars. We got recently a bigger SUV when we found out of baby. So we're gonna have two car seats and two full-grown teenage boys. So we needed a bigger car, so we got that when we first moved to Texas right after baby. And Yeah, long story short, my husband is due for a brand new car. And we usually tend to keep our cars until the wheels fall off. So I really didn't want to touch that fund, but it is what it is. So between that, we do have, let's just round it to 89 or $8,900. And if we divide that from our mortgage, we have 3 months of mortgage, and we have about $2,000 left over. So that's what I've decided to do for the mortgage. So December will cover January, and then we have 3 additional months. So that is off my shoulders. That was a big worry of mine because I did these projections over and over and over and over, and I just could not figure out what to cut and how to figure out. And $2,200, almost $2,300 is a lot of money to try to like figure out. So that's what we ended up doing. And me and my husband have the understanding that we will be replenishing this and in the next year. So, and we already have some plans in regards to that, which I will also share. But yeah, that's what's going to be happening with the mortgage. And then as you can see for the regular bills, mostly each week we're in the positive. So it looks like the first weeks of the month are negative weeks. So this week, negative $400. Next week we're positive $300. Week after we're positive $153, and the last week we're positive $537, which I've thought I could save all of this and replenish or repay that, because that will probably go on credit cards or however, yeah, credit cards. I mean, honestly, I have also thought that some bills will go on credit cards only. That way we have cash flow, and if we have enough cash flow, then I will just pay back the bills. So like our electricity, it already comes out of a credit card. Let's see, like all these question marks. So our weekend money, gas, coffee, which I'll go over that, food, yeah, stuff like that is not on credit cards, but I thought we'll go ahead and put them on, and then whenever we have positive money, we'll repay that. So hopefully our cards don't get a bigger balance, but we do have the understanding that that's probably our situation right now. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We've been buying baby stuff since we have no family in Texas. We decided not to do a baby shower. So we've been buying a lot of the baby stuff ourselves, which has already gone on credit cards. I think I've only spent about $600 on everything. I put everything on the Amazon registry, and you get like 15% off, I think. And then I waited till Black Friday, so a lot of things got discounted. But we still ended up paying like $600, and I think I still have like maybe $300 worth of stuff to buy, which is fine. Like I said, we have the understanding that that's what it's going to be. So it's not really anything that we could go around. So, and then our sinking funds, I thought are probably going to go on credit cards, unless I can move more of this stuff, more of our daily bills on credit cards and cash flow that. Or I thought maybe this leftover, I'll put it into our sinking funds, because our sinking funds are only like our other necessity stuff. So the girls' things, since both of the girls will be in diapers, wipes, they need continuous clothes because newborns grow like crazy the first 6 months. and my daughter is finally growing out of her 2T size. And then obviously like food for our dogs, house stuff, so like toilet paper, napkins, cleaning stuff, laundry stuff. I did decide to leave, where are we? I did decide to leave the boys' haircuts and my money, because I mean, really, I don't think that's something that we can really cut out. My boys can probably cut down their haircuts to once a month, which is what I've been pushing for anyways. My husband has the understanding that he's gonna have to get a haircut just once a month. He usually does like 2 or 3. Before he was weekly, but Texas prices, I guess. Well, no, let's be fair. I guess our Oregon barber was about the same pricings as well. But and then my care or my money is typically my nails. I've tried to just buy stuff to do my nails at home, but like I just can't. I could do probably my left because I'm right-handed, but I can never do my right. So I've just gave in to have enough money for my manicure, pedicure, and tip. And if I don't want to do it every month, I've thought, well, I'll put that aside for whatever else. I'm not a big makeup user. If I get my hair cut, it's like every couple of months, honestly, maybe like once a year. So those are the 2 things I decided not to really budge on. And then our house, car maintenance, and individual spending, I've decided to trim everything down. It didn't trim it down too much, from $462 to $429, but every little bit counts. And then these fluctuate, so like we might not end up doing individual spendings. We might not do any of these maintenances. There might be a month that I don't decide to touch that money. So it'll just sit there and build up, hopefully. So if we can cash flow those, that would be great. So that means that these things would have to go, our daily bills would have to go on credit cards. Okay. So we went over the mortgage and we pulled money from everywhere that we had, and our credit card usage. Okay. And then I think this is a big like learning moment, that I think going forward, my husband's income will pay the bills and my income will cover the mortgage, and hopefully somewhere in there we'll be able to get ahead and save up for that. Because if I'm $1,250, so that's 22, and if I minus the mortgage, I have about $200 left over a month from my income. And if we stay on budget, which has always been a thing of ours, we've always go over on the weekend, we always go over on food. Let's see. Those are our 2 main ones that we go over a lot on. And then now we have like new bills. So like our electricity bill here is a lot more than it was at home. Our insurance is a lot more here. And then water and garbage is fine. Our internet is fine. But yeah, then individual needs and just things that come up and extra spends that you want to do. So I think I'm going to split it up like that starting in March. And then we have also, let's see. Yeah. So we have also talked about possibly both of us getting second jobs. My husband's all for it. He's totally fine getting another job, and he thinks that I should probably just wait a little bit to see how it works with him. Just working. He might just do some driving jobs. There's like, well, we've suggested like Instacart and let's see, what was the other ones? I guess like DoorDash. I don't know if he agreed to do that, but I know he saw something about like medical delivery or medical equipment delivery or something like that. But to fully work Saturdays and Sundays, which I would prefer if he just worked Saturdays and Sundays. That way he could just come home and relax the evenings because he gets home pretty late. So yeah, and then I have been looking online and on YouTube of just other remote jobs that I could do in the evenings, or even those like, I always call it those oddball jobs where it's like, oh, you're typing, like you just type. I guess it's like a typing job and that kind of stuff. So I have that idea for us too. I also have an idea for another YouTube channel to hopefully get that monetized. I mean, the hopes is that this budgeting channel of mine can get monetized. But that was never a goal of mine. I really wanted this just to be like an outlet for me to share, and just kind of also hold me accountable for doing this, because like I haven't even finished last week's budget. So it's not really a goal of mine, but obviously if you're gaining a couple of $100 extra from doing something that you genuinely like to do, then why not? So we have those ideas in motion, and hopefully that works out. I'm thinking like a month after baby is when I want both of us to start our second jobs. So it just gives us some time to kind of like get into the baby groove, what our routine and schedule is going to look like. So that's going to really help. And then we have the understanding that that's to pay any debt from this, save up, and then really just stack up all of these sinking funds and all of this other stuff that we just got delayed on being able to do. And I think that is really it. I think that's all the info that I really wanted to share. I know it's a lot. Maybe I talked a little too fast. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and we're okay with it. Not really, but we have the understanding that that's what our life looks like right now. And then as you can see, you know, in January, we have more positive months. This is because I did not factor in my medical payment, which I wanted to save $600 a month because I will have a bill after labor, and I wanted to save $300 every 2 weeks just to get into the habit of that. I haven't been able to do that. So I didn't factor that in January or February. I didn't factor in the kids' school lunches either, which I should. So some of these numbers will go down, but they look healthy enough where it'll be fine. Obviously, there's some weeks that, you know, like this, the medical bill definitely won't come out here. And the kids' lunches will be fine. Oh, sorry, my dogs. But, yeah. They are so annoying today. But yeah, that is what my maternity leave is going to be looking like. I guess on here, I also just did right that we just have these 2 cards. Oh, hold on. Come inside then. Come on. Cody. Go. Okay. Oh yeah. So these 2 cards are the only cards that have the debt currently, and these are the only 2 cards that I think we're gonna keep adding on to. Oh, and then I also made this note. We do have $1,000 of holiday money set aside, but I'm not going to use that for this because we're each getting $200 from that, and that is all the holiday spending we're going to be doing this year. What else can I think of? Oh, for coffee in December, probably this week, I'm going to just go and buy everything that I need for coffee and most likely put it on a credit card, and hopefully throughout the month of December I can save up the cash and pay that back on the card. So 30, 60, 90, oh wait, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. I don't plan on spending more than $100 on coffee stuff because I don't have anything. I don't have coffee, I don't have syrups, I don't have creamers, I don't have anything. So yeah, and then as you can see, the kids' lunches and our medical and then our sinking funds, but I've already gone over that. So it's okay. It's just sets us back a little bit to what our original 2024 plans were going to be, but that is life, and it could be a lot worse, but it's not. So we're totally fine with that. We're totally okay of the things that we have to do to kind of pick up. So yes, yeah, if anybody wants to I guess if you want to leave me any tips or tricks or any other suggestions that I'm not seeing, definitely do that in the comments. And yeah. But I will hopefully today try to finish last week's budget and close that out and set up this week's budget, because some of these bills have already come out, and I haven't gotten paid, but I could see my pay stub or what my pay amount will be, so we could budget that correctly for this coming week. So yeah, hopefully this helped somebody else, or just an insight to other ways. I understand that credit card living is not great or ideal, but I think if you have a partner that's in it with you, have the understanding that that's what your situation is going to be, and you guys are both on the same page about kicking butt, about paying the debt off, then I mean, I think it's okay. Yeah, you're going to pay some interest, but when you have no other option, you have no other option. You know, that's what credit cards are there for. I understand not having an emergency fund is an emergency. But like I said, this was kind of sprung on us last moment this year, right after a big move. So, and that's what your money is. Your money just kind of goes with the flow of your life, and you just need to make the best of it. And if it takes us an extra year to be where we want it to be, then that's what it is, and that's totally fine with us, because like I said, you just need to be on the same page and have the understanding. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Leave me any comments or anything. And I will try to get those next 2 videos out so we can see where we are starting for December. Okay guys, thanks so much, and I will see you in the next couple ones. Bye.